Can you remember your first time jumping into Warframe? There was a lot to take on board, right? Information coming at you from every angle. The new player experience in this game, let's be real here, has never been great. And at some point you might have, or you probably did have, that feeling of what the feck is going on? What do I do now? Where do I go? How do I mod this weapon or this new Warframe I've just built? What's its strengths and its weaknesses? And then eventually followed up by, fuck it, I'm done. I'm out, I'm away to play something else. I know I did when I first jumped into the game. The game has a lot of information you need to figure out for yourself, or with the help of other players or clanmates, or more often than not, you find yourself going to the Warframe wiki to better understand how things work. And this is something that turns a lot of players off playing Warframe or sticking around. No game should have core elements of how things work in it hidden inside a Wikipedia and needing your player base to go to that Wikipedia to figure out how to play the damn game. But it does look like some of this is about to change. A few months back they showed a whiteboard with a very rough roadmap of what to expect this year, and on this roadmap they mentioned the new player experience needing to be better. So fast forward to DevStream 124 this Friday night, where they showed off some of those upcoming changes to that new player experience, starting with the Warframe ability screen in your arsenal. This is how it's going to look. So there will be tooltips detailing information showing how each ability will work, complete with short informative videos showing each ability in action as well, stats showing energy drain, damage type, duration and so on, as well as having certain hints on how to better mod the frame for its strengths, or better understand how this frame works. Now for veterans, this is going to be a pretty big change to what we're used to, and you may not like it, and it will take us some time to get used to it. Now there does look like there's going to be a lot of, I guess, hovering over abilities to see their stats every time maybe that you change a mod, and right now in game you have all of those stats on one page showing all 4 of the Warframe's abilities that you can toggle between, showing the ability stats modded and unmodded. So it's changing from that to having to, I guess, mouse over each ability unless they maybe give us a second tab showing completely modded and unmodded stats, similar to what we have now. So you would have the new changes to the ability screen, but also you would have something similar to what we have right now, which Pablo I think said on Twitter it could be something that they'll look into, and having all of those condensed stats on one page as well. But because this new change is going to give us small videos showcasing each ability being used and putting information on tips or tooltips, it will allow them to put more information in there as well for new players and for us to better understand the more complex sides of certain Warframes. More complex stuff like the synergy between certain abilities, information that was previously only available on the Warframe wiki and not in game. As an example of this, Pablo used Gara, the synergy between her number 1 and her number 4 abilities and how they interact and how powerful it is. It's something that a lot of players don't understand in game, and because of this they don't realise how damn powerful Gara is. And another kind of hidden bit of knowledge is how Nova's molecular prime is affected by duration and not range. That's something that you kind of find out on the Wikipedia. So if you're new to the game, you're not going to know this because it doesn't show it on the stat page that we have right now, or how her null star is affected by duration. So having more duration means more null stars, which also means more damage reduction. Maybe that is in the game now though. So players will have no excuse for not understanding how to run with certain Warframes, especially the more complicated like Limbo. Or even Loki. I'm only joking. Loki's cheese. Smelly, moldy cheese. Now basically these tips for each Warframe will give us the information that was previously hidden in game, and this will open up a lot of options from the developers for other hidden stats in Warframe that you can only find on the Wikipedia. Now this image is another one that Pablo shared on Twitter, which shows Mend and Maim for Equinox, that ability, and the grouped up description of the ability and the difference between the night and day stances or night and day forms, complete with how much energy is being drained by the ability, day dealing slash damage and how much slash damage it deals, its damage multiplier, and also how much health the night form can give back. So all of that information is on one tab that you kind of mouse over without having to click between the night and day stances. Now again, the sticking point in the community right now seems to be the fact that we're going to have to hover over a lot of these abilities to see the stat changes every time we switch a mod out. And if it is like that, then it will be a pain in the arse, and it will take a long time for us veterans definitely to get used to it, unless, like I said, they give us that second tab showing something similar to what we have right now. Whether they do or not, I don't know. But these changes will definitely help new players out, there's no doubt about that, especially since it's going to show those previously hidden synergy or ability tips, while also showing those short informative videos showcasing how to use each ability so as new players better understand it. Like when that one Frost player shows up to an infested defense mission and puts his fucking globe down. Maybe it's just me that gets a little bit triggered by that, or the Cataclysm spamming Limbo, or any of the other annoying player types that we have in game right now, simply because players don't understand the Warframe that they're using because they just got their hands on it. Which is understandable. I mean, you've just gotten something new, you're not going to know how to use it right away. Like when I first started playing World of Warcraft all those years ago, and I created my warrior, and then I loaded into the game and I ran around for ages in a mage's robe and a staff as a weapon until someone sat me down, gave me a little bit of a slap and said, listen, plate armor, big sword, go smash things. And then I better kind of understood how to run as a warrior. Now that's the ability screen changes that you can expect to roll out into Warframe very, very soon. They have said that not every Warframe will have a video attached to its abilities on that informative little bit to begin with, simply because there is 38 Warframes with 4 abilities each, which will mean having to record and put in a lot of videos, but they will roll out videos for each Warframe eventually, so until that time I guess you're going to just see small images where the video should be. But the big question from my standpoint anyway, because I am curious to see what you guys think of these changes, what's your honest opinion of them? Are you liking how they look or not? I know a lot of veterans are not too fond of them right now because I guess we don't like change, but also because it might seem a little bit kind of slow having to mouse over every ability when you put a different mod on that Warframe, and that might be a bit of a pain in the ass. Well, it definitely will be a pain in the ass, so I guess until we get our hands on these changes we won't know. Done right, it could be really, really helpful, especially for new players, and especially if we get the second tab showing fully modded, similar to what we have right now. But let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, do me a huge favour, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.